back in the woods.
Okay guys, let's talk for a minute about bird nests, because this is the part that people make mistakes on. It's very easy to make an ember, especially with char cloth. I just showed you 3, 4, 5 ways to do it very quickly and very simply. Once you have that ember, whether it's a bow drill, a hand drill, or some primitive method like we showed here of flint and steel, or with char cloth, you're going to need to effectively make a bird nest. A bird nest requires several components. It has to have the same thing that you need for a fire, basically, in smaller scale. You have to have tinder. You have to have highly combustible, thin, hairy material like this. This is the inner bark of a tulip poplar, and this is just processed dried grass, where I took it and ground it in my hand to increase the fibers in it and make them stick up and make small hairs. Okay, that will give me something that's highly combustible. I could most likely hit that with just a ferrocerium rod or this, and it would light up. I know I could. But if it was a little bit damp, that's a different story. Okay, we need that char cloth for that. Then we need some type of medium grade material like this dead grass. And dead grass is good if you can get a hold of it. Dead grasses are great, but they burn very quickly. So you're not going to get a very long lifespan from your bird nest. The other thing that you need is coarse materials like these dead plant tops, okay? And these are about as big as anything I would want to use. Now, the key is, again, surface area, creating surface area and size of this bird nest, so that when you effectively set it on fire, it doesn't go right out or burn up very quickly. You want it to last a few minutes. So we're going to put this together into a bird nest by adding more of the same materials, and we'll show you what that looks like. And then I'm going to show you how to effectively make a fire using char cloth in a bird nest. Okay guys, so what I'm going to do now is I have collected more of this coarse and medium material here, and I've just bundled it together in a bundle like this. Then I'm going to add this coarse material to that, so I've got it layered in there. Then I'm going to stick that coarse material in the back there. This is more combustible than the middle is. Then I'm going to take this fine material, I'm going to scrape up everything that I've got laying around here that's fine and combustible, and I'm going to put all of that right in the center of this bundle, just like this. All right, and then I'm just going to take a small piece of string here and tie a loop in the end of it. Could be bank line, could be parachute cord, doesn't really matter what it is. And this is just for ease of holding on to all of this stuff. And I'm going to wrap it together like this. And what that does is when I wrap it, is it creates separation in there, and you can see all that separation of the material. Okay, then when I pick this up, I'm going to get rid of the big stuff. I'm going to collect all the fine stuff, and I'm going to put it right in the center of the bundle again. And I would do the same thing if I were doing this on the ground. I would be collecting up a bunch of this fine combustible material and sprinkling into the bird nest. Okay, so now we're ready to start a fire. Okay guys, so again, the first thing we have to do is we have to ignite our char cloth. So let's get a piece of char cloth out of our tin. We'll use our lid to ignite this char cloth right here in the sun. All right, we already got char cloth that's on fire. Okay, so we'll let that sit there for just a second. And then what we're going to do is we're going to set our tin aside. We're going to put this charred cloth right in the center of our bundle and kind of open it up a little bit, tuck it down inside. Now what we want to do is we want to get this bundle up in the air above us so that heat will rise through the bundle. We're going to blow on it gently. You can see there's smoke coming out of the back of the bundle. That's kind of my go sign. At that point, I'm blowing hard. Now I'm going to turn my bundle so that the heat's rising again into my sticks and put that on my fire. And now I'm going to take my kindling pile and all that stuff that I've got prepped and ready and put it on top, kind of in TP fashion. Making sure that I let plenty of oxygen get to that fire, and you can see what I got. I got a blaze here, okay? That's what I'm looking for. That's going to give me what I need to start a good, sustainable fire. And that's how you start a fire with a bird nest, no matter what your ember came from. And that's how you start a fire with char cloth, guys. Well, guys, I thank you for joining me for another video today. Out here at the Pathfinder School, we talked about making char cloth with the new Pathfinder stainless steel water bottle and cup. We talked about how to utilize that char cloth to ignite it different ways. We talked about building a bird nest and how to start a fire using that bird nest. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I thank you very much for your support. I thank you for supporting my store, my family, and myself. I'll be back with another video as soon as I can. Now we need to talk about cleaning this stuff out.